vertical angles. Let's go ahead and start with some key vocabulary. So adjacent angles are two angles that share a common side and have the same vertex. So if we look at this picture up here, we have angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent to each other because they share this common side right here and they have the same vertex. Angles 2 and 4 are not adjacent to each other. They share the same vertex, but they do not share a common side. Congruent angles are angles that have the same measure. And our last vocabulary word is vertical angles. Those are two angles that are opposite angles, and they're formed by the intersection of two lines. Vertical angles are congruent. So we have this picture here of two intersecting lines, and angle 1 and 3 are vertical. They're across from each other, and we can see that they appear to be congruent. And angle 4 and 2 are also vertical angles. So in our first example, we're going to name a pair of adjacent angles. So given this figure, there's quite a few different angles to choose from. I'm going to give angle ABF, so angle ABF, and that angle has two angles that are adjacent to it, either FBE or ABC. Both of those angles are congruent to ABF. So I'm going to say angle FBE. Okay, now we're going to name a pair of vertical angles. So remember, vertical angles are formed by two intersecting lines. So here we have a line, and here we have a line. So we can start with the same ABF right here. And the vertical angle is across from it, CBD. It's a pair of vertical angles. Okay. Now we're going to tell whether the angles are adjacent and vertical, and we'll find the value of x. So if we look at this first example, x and the 70-degree angle are vertical, right? They're across from each other, formed by two intersecting lines. So these are vertical angles. And we know that vertical angles are congruent, so that means x equals 70 degrees. Okay, these two angles in the picture are adjacent. We have them next to each other. They share a common side and they share a vertex. So these are two adjacent angles. And we can find the value of x because we can see that together they form a 90-degree angle. So we could write an equation, 31 plus x plus 4 equals 90 degrees. And then we can solve this equation to find x. So I'm going to simplify by combining my like terms. I have x plus 35 equals 90. And we'll subtract 35 from both sides and get x equals 55. All right. Now, for this next example, you don't have the tools at home to do this, so you're just going to take notes on the steps, and then you're going to try this in class, okay? So we're going to draw a pair of vertical angles that each have a measure of 40 degrees. Step 1 is going to be use a protractor to draw a 40-degree angle. So I'm going to start by using my tools here to draw a line. And then I'm going to use my protractor, put it right on that line, And then I'm going to make a mark where 40 degrees is. So if this is 0, I'm going up, 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 up to 40. Now on a protractor, you have two different measurements, 40 and 140. This angle is 140 degrees. This angle is 40 degrees. So right here, I'm making a 40-degree angle. So you're going to make a dot when you do this as well. And then step 2 is to use a straight edge or ruler to extend the sides to form two intersecting lines. So you're going to go ahead and use a straight edge. Oops, I'm going to get this protractor out of the way now that I've used it. And I'm just going to use a line tool, but you'll use a straight edge to draw a line right through the 40%. And then you're going to use your straight edge to extend that line to make your 40-degree angle. All right, go ahead and try a few of these on your own, and I will see you soon.